So if you're a new player coming in, you may be asking yourself, is this a good mech? And the answer is, yeah, it's not a bad mech actually. The cool thing about the Huntsman is it's a 50-ton clan omni-mech that has a wide range of omnipods that allows you to do everything from laser, medium pulse, Gauss pulse, dual PPC, ATMs, streaks, SRMs, well, and everything under the sun. Hey, what's going on guys? Phil here, and we're going to be talking about the Huntsman that you can get right now for free in-game. If you did not know this was going on, well, let's go ahead and dive into that first. Piranha Games is doing a free mech a month for you, the players out there. No strings attached, all you got to do is meet a few things. And for those that are unaware, the event system is accessible in-game. Down at the bottom of the screen, right next to the display button for news and promotions, there is a participate in special events and conflicts to earn additional rewards. Click on that button. If there is any upcoming events, future events, you can see them here. And of course, you can see past events as well. But right now, we're just going to focus on the active events. All you have to do is left click the Huntsman. And you can see here, we've pretty much done 11 out of 12 objectives for this entire event. For the Huntsman in particular, you only have these things you have to do. You do not have to complete all of the 11 out of 12, just 1 out of the 12. And of course, this is done just by achieving what it says right here. Nothing is out of the ordinary here. This is pretty low-hanging fruit for anyone in the game. Again, earn 250 or greater match score once. And then again, you have the rest of the month of February to achieve this. So if you're unaware of this, this is the very first free mech that you can achieve. And they said they're going to be doing this month to month. So if you're a new player coming in, you may be asking yourself, is this a good mech? And the answer is, yeah, it's not a bad mech actually. The cool thing about the Huntsman is it's a 50-ton clan omni-mech that has a wide range of omnipods that allows you to do everything from laser, medium pulse, Gauss pulse, dual PPC, ATMs, streaks, SRMs, well, and everything under the sun. This does have a hero mech that does offer some unique hardpoints in the left-right torso, and that is the Paquette, and that offers 2 missiles in the left and right torso. Albeit outside of that, you can pretty much do 6 missile hardpoints instead of the 8. And that's really the only distinguishing feature from the hero outside of that. The rest of the omnipods will pick up the slack. So let's go dive in and talk about a few of my favorite setups. The Huntsman Prime at default isn't the best mech for you as a new player coming in here. And if you're an experienced player, you can already probably tell why. It's got a hodgepodge of multiple different range bracket builds, and they just don't really have the best synergy. Could you play with this? Sure, you could, but you're not really that optimal as far as weapon synergies and ranges. And on top of that, this is way too many weapon groups that you have to worry about as a new player. But here's the cool thing about the Huntsman Prime in general is you have the ability of the Omnipod system. And as I mentioned before, really you can do anything with this setup. For a few 100,000 extra C-bills, you can pretty much grab a combination of hard points that suit you. You do not need the hero to do anything special outside of an 8 missile setup. You can still do 6, and then you can do all the other combinations of ballistic missile and energy that you want. So here's a few of my favorite setups out there that you can give a try and see if they work for you. First up, we have the dual PPC and SRM6 combo. This is actually quite unique that you see out there. Albeit it's a little bit different, there's some reasons why. The dual ERPPC on the setup allows you to fire at range and be able to deliver some hate and discontent with pinpoint accuracy. And you'll see this setup being run out there. This is also followed up by some SRM2s, and this is mainly for DPS when you get in and need to deliver to either something small or in this case to something big. You could substitute some of these SRM2s out for some additional heat sinks, but that's really up to you. This is still a really fun setup. And like I said, even though this is the hero center torso, I'm not getting any bonuses from the Omnipods, except for these are the ones available. So this setup, again, you can do on the Prime. And of course, like I said, with the jump jet capability, nice fast agility and top speed of 81, you can keep up and deliver. So this is one of those mechs that you'll see, as well as the Vapor Eagle out there, is the Huntsman and the dual ERPPC setup. Following the line of setups, we have 6 medium pulse. You'll see some variations out there, but this is pretty much the tried and true version. You can do 8 medium pulse, but it runs quite hot. This is only a 50 tonner, and you just really don't have the crit space to be able to jam in 2 more medium pulse with an additional double heat sinks. You just run into issues. So 6 medium pulse is pretty much the nice sweet spot. Things to consider when you're running this build is maneuverability and agility are your ally. You go 87.1, and of course, with this, you do have jump jets on all of the Huntsman. So again, high mounts here for the 4 in the torso, and the right arm isn't very low as far as compared to the cockpit. This is really highly maneuverable, and of course, like I said, it's one of those mechs that you see often in the setup. Next up is probably one of my favorite setups on the Huntsman, and of course on some clan mechs out there, which is the ER medium and Gauss setup. This is actually a really fun setup. It allows you to have the range of the Gauss rifle plus the ER Med's optimal. In this case, you're talking 452 meters, so that allows you to shoot out even further. You are not limited by ammo with 3 tons, and you've got 5 double heat sinks. Albeit, I do have a little bit less armor on the left arm to facilitate that, but this is a really fun setup. Again, high mounts with the ER mediums. If you can see it, you can shoot it. And the Gauss rifle in combination allows you to engage at ranges. And with this, again, you can pop turret, engage your target, drop back down. So check this out. If you enjoy range gameplay, this is probably it for you. If you're like me, sometimes you just like to get in close range and smash your targets. And this is where this setup comes in. This is the quad SRM4 with Artemis with 4 medium pulse. This is the iconic brawler. Albeit, I'm going to be up front, this can run a little bit hot, so you have to have a little bit of a trigger discipline when dealing with this build. Again, remember, you've got the 4 medium pulse in the torsos, which is high up, and then the SRMs on the arms for close range. This build, and almost all the builds with the Huntsmans, relies on agility and maneuverability using those jump jets. You don't want to be the frontline mech, but you can deliver a heck of a shot alpha with this. And again, utilize the jump jets, utilize pop targeting ability, engage your enemies. And with the lower arm actuators allows you to track your targets with your arms independently from the torsos, which is really nice. So again, check this out if you like to brawl and you like an SRM setup. And as I mentioned before, you can do a 6 SRM4 with Artemis setup. All you have to do is swap out some of the torsos here and change up your weapons from medium pulse to SRMs. And that is without any hero omnipods at all. This is more of an experiment that we did a while back when we were doing testing when the Hunchback 2C Alpha was sort of king. This is actually a similar setup with dual ER large lasers with 4 ER mediums. This setup can run a little bit hot, but it gives you the flexibility of range, and range means less potential for your enemies to shoot back. So here's the thing, large lasers in the upper omnipod hardpoint slot and the mediums in the lower with the combination with the 2 ER mediums in the right torso. Now, is this better than the Hunchback 2C Alpha in the same configuration? I would probably say no. This one has a little bit better flexibility because agility. But outside of that, the A on the Hunchback was able to do it a little bit better because it doesn't have the hard fixed jump jets in the torso, allows you to put extra equipment up here. Also with the, you're not hard locked with the extra jump jets. But all that being said, this is actually a decent setup. You don't see it as much anymore, but it is an option out there. If you want to give ER larges a try, this build can work for you. And if you're like me, I just have a special sweet place for Gauss and PPC. I don't know what it is, but it's 2 weapon combos I just love. And well, I'm going to share it with you. This is my Gauss and PPC setup. Is it the most fancy thing in the world? No. Is it the most effective thing in the world? No, but man, it's fun to be able to alpha pretty much nonstop with this setup. And of course, you've got 2 weapon system with extreme ranges, high velocity, and I really do enjoy it. So consider maybe giving this a try if you like this as well. This is one of the strengths of the chassis, which is pop targeting, being able to rise up, shoot your target, and drop back down while evading enemy fire. So if you like this, again, give it a try. We've got 3 extra double heat sinks with a target comp in the left arm. And of course, if you lose it, it's not the end of the world. You just lose some efficiency. Yeah, so it's just one of those things that I enjoy. And with the pop tarting, let's also go ahead and mention another setup you can do with this is ATMs and or streaks. As I mentioned prior, without any omnipods from the hero, you can do 6 streaks and as well as like 2 ATM 12s with a tag and so forth and so on. So that's going to conclude my guidance for certain builds that you can run with the Huntsman and with, of course, the free, Prime that you were able to get for this event, which I think is fantastic for new players coming in. And of course, for returning players, if you didn't really have any mechs to play with. It's a pretty versatile 50-tonner across the board. It's not too OP, but it pretty much can be used in any combination of the current meta, if you will, but also allows you flexibility to do whatever really you want with it. And the only thing outside of what the hero omnipods can do, you can pretty much do with all the C-bill omnipods as well. And of course, there are some set of 8 quirks that you can mess around with, but outside of that, it's just a fun chassis to play with. It's not OP, but again, it's pretty versatile in its loadouts. So anyways, if you found this helpful, make sure to click that like button. Let me know down in the description down below, did you use any of these setups? Do you have a favorite yourself? What did you do with the Prime Huntsman that you got in this event? And if you didn't know about the event, let me know as well. If you have the ability, consider becoming a patron. Go over there. It's the best way to support content creators like myself, if you didn't know, out there. And of course, make sure to join us from Monday through Friday on Twitch. That's 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern, where I stream every single day. We have a fantastic time, and I get to answer questions live. So if you have questions about the Huntsman or any other mechs for that matter, or a game mechanic that you want to talk about, head over there where I stream live at twitch.tv/NGNGTV. Guys, that's going to be it from me. I'm going to go to wrap this video up, and I'll showcase it tomorrow. And so you can tune in live on all the different setups. We'll have some fun. Until next time, Mechwarriors, peace. I get asked so many times, why do I engage override at the very beginning of a match? I've explained this numerous times, but let's just say you haven't heard it. So I would rather not shut down in face of an enemy and or a line of enemies than take the chance of potential internal structure damage. This is something that obviously really depends on the setup, but for me, I think it still holds true. So I'm gonna go and switch my weapon groups here to weapon group 1 being right here, my torso, and then weapon group 2 being my Gauss rifle and arm. And I do that because my right mouse button is group 2. My first, obviously, left mouse button is group 1. We got some lights up here. I want to pay attention. Let's see what we got here. All right, UX shots already coming. Let's go with spot here. Can we have some range here? We already got shots. There you guys go. All right, again, I've got plenty of range, even with the ER mediums, so I just need to maximize that as much as possible, do as much damage as possible. And it looks like do some damage there. Ooh, that was a really good hit. ER PPC already taken out. Again, do some damage here. He's already halved, which is good for us. Got a strike. Okay, watch out here. That's an RD strike. Just fire that off. Switch to thermal if you need it. Got a target up there as well. That's my right arm. Just paying attention here. This guy is possibly overextending. That's fine. Got a shot on that guy. Don't want to jump too much here and damage my legs. I don't really need to jump right this second. Just got hit in my leg. Let's see what's going on. We have some UAC fire coming from that hotel in the background. We also have Gulf here. Gulf is a LRM boat. I'm going to go ahead and press up here. Do some damage. Again, damage that your enemy can't do to you, but you can do them is free damage. Capitalize on that. All right, so we have Gulf right here. He's an LRM 15, awesome. And I think we'll be able to do damage here and close in. I think he's right here, which is win for us, right? Yeah, there he is. 180 meters. So I'm gonna try to close in here, so minimal damage. There we go, CT. And free kill there. All right, I'm gonna maneuver over here. Again, I see enemy fire coming from these guys in the background. They're using fairly long-range weapons here. Let's see if I can pop turret a little bit here. Crest. All right, I've got something right here. Popping UAV. It's Gauss rifle. All right, I'm not going to trade with him. My friendlies could potentially shoot him in the back. Ooh, hello. We got guys coming. I just got to spot these guys just so they're aware. My friendlies are now aware of them. Just with that little change. I'm doing the best I can here. Foxtrot, super dangerous. That's a broiler. All right, my Gauss rifle just got hit, so I gotta be really careful here. This isn't the best situation. We're down 1-5, so I'm just doing the best I can here. Pull some range. Oh. He's down. Again, probably gonna go down here. That's all right. We're doing the best we can. Oh, didn't.